Got a question for Tommy?
Well, that was my question, actually.
All right, thank you very much. We'll see you.
So my son's very MAGA, and he lives in Texas, and he owns many weapons on a ranch. So I'm just wondering, like, what do I need to tell him? Because he told me the last couple of months that Muslims are like growing out there, like, and he's like getting really upset about it. So I want to know what I need to tell him.
So you're attorney. Chip Roy's running for. Yeah. Chip Roy's running for Attorney General for Texas. Is that right? Now when I sat down with him, like I asked, "What are you going to do?" And I've got a panel in Dallas next week with him to ask these same sort of questions. He knows what he's going to do. He's got a plan. So if he's elected as Attorney General, he's going to use law against them. So whereas we've been targeted with lawfare, he will challenge them through the laws and the legitimacies and want to know what every one of their organisations, including CARE, are up to, who they're working with, who's funding them. And I said, okay, that's great. Listening to him talk, I thought, you know what, this is great. Yeah? We've got a man here. And I had some people in the comments and afterwards say to me, yeah, but he said this about Trump. We have to, and all of us have to. And the same with, there's another gentleman in Texas who's had a lot of criticism because apparently he may have been a bit pro-Islam 2 years ago, and now he's really strong against it. We have to allow everyone the opportunity to wake up. And if they do decide to wake up, we have to support them when they wake up. If you've got a politician who's willing to take the fight on, and when I spoke to Chip Roy, he's already reached out to attorney generals in other states. Because the problem you've got, what's that game, whack-a-mole? Yeah? Yep. One comes up, you whack one down, 10 more pop up. That's Islam. That's mosques. That's what's happening. Yeah? That's what's happening in Britain. That's what's happening in Europe. That's what's going to happen in the United States. So you need a federal approach across the whole nation that's going to combat these groups. As I said, 600 well-paid, well-funded organisations in Texas who are working to Islamise Texas. How many organisations are working to stop them? What, a couple of lads?
Brandon Gill.
Yeah. Who?
Brandon Gill.
Oh, he's great.
He's wonderful, isn't he?
But he's great. He's a future leader of America, man. When I watch him, he's a future leader of America. But then you've also got, but there's lots now. So that's why I come to America. And at first, when I went to Texas, and I went to Epic City, and I went to the mosque, and I went to the new local shops, and I saw all the teething things that I've seen in my hometown. I've seen the start of the Islamization of Texas. And I was really worried. Until I started meeting some congressmen and started speaking to them and realising that they are well awake and they're ready for a fight. And hopefully they picked the wrong state to pick this fight in, which is Texas. But there's a lot of, I'd love to come here. I've already said, where's my new American? I'm hopefully about to build an American team. I want to come here and do some documentaries and really get undercover on what's happening with Islam here, which groups are operating. There's groups that have been working here for 30 years, well-funded groups who are embedded in your establishment, who are working within the Democrat Party, whose entire goal is to Islamize the United States of America. Those groups need exposing and they need to be on camera.
What do you think people are afraid of now, like right now, on Long Island?
On what?
On Long Island, here on Long Island, through, going into the city and everything.
Probably
people like us who are real believers and who know the Lord has it, but they're too afraid to speak up. What advice would you give those people?
It's a lot. People can be afraid to speak up. You know, I went to DC, which is known as a Democrat city, and there was all the Black Lives Matter signs, and there was all the pride flags. And I asked people on the street, I don't know if you've seen this video.
I saw it, yeah, no one would talk to you.
They're scared, because they had an opinion, but they're scared. Now, when a nation self-censors, that's what resulted in the grooming gangs. That's what resulted in the mess we're in. That's what resulted in happening to Ireland. I thought America is the land of the free and very opinionated Americans, but I met a city full of people who are already self-censoring. So, but when your elected officials are becoming so vocal, but I mean, some of the comments, what's the other gentleman's name? There's another gentleman. I sat in front of them and said, lads, you'd all be in trouble in the United Kingdom. This is your congressman. Yeah? You'd all be on prevent counter-terrorism courses. I've been looking at your tweets. Yeah? So when you've got, the idea is, what I tell people is, if you leave one person to fight this fight, they're going to get taken down and it's going to be difficult for them. Everyone needs to speak up. Everyone needs to be unafraid. And anyone who is speaking up, i.e. your congressman, if your congressman here on Long Island, is he part of the Sharia caucus? And if he's not, get on his case, get in his office, ask him why he's not. Why is he not joining this movement? And I take confidence in the fact that you've got some brave politicians already. And I think that the 95%, which I think was courtesy of Steve Bannon, yeah? The 95% vote that happened in Texas for being against Sharia showed the rest of the Republican Party, this is a vote winner. This is a massive issue. Sharia Islam is a massive issue for Republican voters. So Republican politicians will know they have to be strong on that if they want the base and the support. And many of them are now making that a vocal part of their campaigns.
Great job.
It's time to unite the kingdom.